Welcome to your community. This is your hometown. This is Walton Entertainment. This is where you can hear from the community and those making a difference. We explore topics, local festivals, arts and entertainment, and local news. For this program and much more, visit us online at yourlocalstream.com. That's yourlocalstream.com.
This is Sonny. He's a male, not neutered. We got him down as like a St. Bernard and a Toledo Shepherd mix. Super sweet. He's about a year old. He needs a home. This is Neva. She's a pit mix. She is spayed. She's an adult, not sure of her age right now. She's been here since the end of March. She needs a home. Here we have a long-haired Chihuahua mix, male, about 3 years old. Seems a little more timid around women as well with men. But he's looking for a home. Here we have a litter of puppies. They are pit mixes. We were told they were lab boxer mixes. Some of them are like they're about 8 weeks old. All of them are super sweet. All looking for a home. And here we have another litter of puppies. They're a little bit older. They are pit mixes, and they are all looking for their forever home. This is Suki. She's a senior dog. She's not spayed. She's super sweet and needs a home. We have a pit mix. Her name is Bashful. She is already spayed and microchipped. She's barking right now, but Okay, all the animals that we're seeing today, if you are interested in one, please go to our website, waltonpets.net. You can view all the animals at that website, and you can also submit an application for adoption for one.
Today on Feed the Goats, we have some popcorn that was left over from Christmas, which is about 4 months ago. So we're going to see if they like, I guess, stale popcorn. Come here. Come here. Y'all like popcorn? Oh yeah, that's buttered popcorn. You like buttered? Yeah, you like buttered popcorn, don't you? Buttered popcorn. And here's plain popcorn. Beth, you want some popcorn? And here's some more buttered popcorn. I think y'all like popcorn, don't you? It doesn't matter if it's buttered popcorn or regular. Now, here's some that has caramel on it. You want some caramel popcorn? Yeah, y'all really like the caramel popcorn. It's got sweet taste like that. Now remember, goats don't have top teeth, so if they nibble my finger, it doesn't really bother me. They just have bottom teeth, so they can't take a plug out of me. Okay, a little more. You all do like popcorn. Well, as we can tell, it doesn't matter if it's freshly popped or 4 months old. The goats like popcorn. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment on Feed the Goats.
Hello and welcome to Monroe Walton Center for the Arts. Today I'd like to talk about our garden tour that's coming up. By the time you see this, it'll be that weekend. It'll be the weekend of April 26th and 27th. On Friday night, we have the Garden Gala at Sparrow Grove Manor. We will have wine and hors d'oeuvres and DJ dancing under the stars in the tent outside. Inside, we'll have music. We'll have Dr. Alan Armitage there. He's literally a world-famous horticulturalist. He will be inside signing books and answering your gardening questions. We'll have music inside and a silent auction. So just a night full of fun. It's from 7 to 10 on Friday, April 26th. You can get your tickets here. They're ready and they're printed, and so it's kind of one-stop shopping. You can come on in and get your tickets now. You don't have to come back. Sometimes we have kind of a lag, but they're ready. And so you can get your tickets anytime. The tickets for the Garden Gala are $45. And then the next day we have the Nature Meets Art Garden Tour. That's our annual event. We have 12 stops on the tour this year. I think last year we had 5. So we kind of outdid ourselves, especially with doing the 2 events back to back. But it's kind of a welcome spring package. If you would like a combo ticket to both events, you save $10. It's only $65, and that will give you the ticket to both the Garden Gala and then the Garden Tour. The tour ticket by itself is $30. So please come on out. We'll have really fun events at the garden tour spread around town. Growers Outlet is bringing over, I think, 16 racks of plants that they're donating to us to sell. We'll have the Humane Society. We'll have some puppies in our newly refurbished garden outside, and if you haven't seen that, you need to come see that. At the Row, Chris Bach will be talking about heirloom vegetables and growing them in your home garden. Chris is the kind of the farm-to-table supplier for the vegetables at the Row. Also at the Row, we will have our garden-themed art show. We have, I think it's 17 of our artists, our members. It's a juried show that the Row is putting on for us, and they've handpicked their favorite pieces. They're all garden and flower themed, and they're in their private room in the back of the restaurant, so you can come on in during the tour and over the next couple of months and see that tour. It's a show and sell, so you can cash pay for things, take it home that day, cash and carry. So that's at the Row. We have someone giving away seedlings during the tour, as long as supplies last, and talking about trees at one of the spots. So just all kinds of really fun things going on, besides beautiful and inspirational gardens to look at. You should be able to find these cards around town, or go to our website, monroewaltonarts.org. Right on our front page, there's a link to everything that you need to know. But I think the easiest thing at this point is just to come on in if you know you want to go. Come on in and just buy your tickets in person. I wouldn't fool with the online thing unless you just want to do that, because you'll have to still come in and pick up your tickets here. We have the printed tickets with the map and everything in it, and they're ready with the addresses and information about the homes in here. So everything is ready. I would just, if you want to buy them online, you can go to the website and you can read all about it, all the different events, and see pictures of the homes and gardens. But at this point, I would just recommend coming on in, buying your tickets in person at your convenience anytime between now and the start of the two events. And I'm holding this wine glass because A, it's lovely, and B, it was painted by one of our artists here that's volunteering with us and painting these wine glasses. But if you buy either a combo ticket or a ticket to the gala, then you will get one of these hand-painted glasses for free, and they're just beautiful. And we've got all kinds of designs, everything, mostly florals, but bees and even a few ladybugs, even a couple of chickens, lots of flowers. So, and they're all really, really, really pretty. So come in and you can pick out, that's the other reason, just to come on in and buy your ticket in person, because you can pick out your wine glass. We've got lots to choose from. And again, these were painted by volunteers here at the Art Center. They've been baked in an oven. They have a specialized paint on them. And they've been baked in an oven so that they're safe to use and dishwasher safe. So come on in, get your tickets. The gala is April 26th from 7 to 11. The garden tour is April 27th from 11 in the morning till 5 in the afternoon. Please come support local arts and you'll have a great time. Thank you.
Hi, I'm Jody Johnson. I'm here with another recreation report. I'm happy to say we're at here at the Grove, which is going to be one of our newest parks in Walton County, and this was our groundbreaking ceremony. You might have seen that clip on the on TV. So I do want to talk a little bit about the Grove and what is going to happen here. It is around a $42 million project, so there's a lot of aspects to this and a lot of work that's got to be done. It's going to take about close to 1.5 to 2 years to actually finish this project, and I do have Jeff Prine here with me today to talk a little bit about the project, Jeff, so I appreciate you letting us know what's going on.
No worries, I'm glad to be here. This is what we call a destination park, meaning it will have athletic facilities and also community facilities. The athletic side will be made up of a 5-field softball complex that will have synthetic turf fields. It will also have a playground and shade structures in the center of it, and it will have a designated concessions and restroom facility. So self-contained for the athletic side. And we'll have an amphitheater. The amphitheater will seat up to 4,000 people. It will have a stage and a dedicated pavilion that will have the ability of seating up to 200 people with its own catering kitchen and restrooms. But the wonderful thing about that facility is the fact that you'll be able to use it for food truck events, for other types of things other than just musical or kind of events as well. We'll have a dedicated playground facility with a playground center, pavilions, restroom, all gated and secured. And then, of course, a walking trail around the entire facility. And then lastly, we'll have a community center that will have activity spaces, classrooms, meeting space, offices for the park. And then back behind it will be 6 pickleball courts, because you can't have a park without pickleball.
Not these days.
So, wonderful, wonderful facility.
And that's great. And the beauty about this park is they're building it with the aspect of the growth. We ended up buying a good portion of land out here, over 250 acres. I think it's around 270 acres altogether,
Correct.
Somewhere in there. So it's being done in phases. Obviously, we don't have the funds to do it all at one time, and we have lots of needs in Walton County. But this park, the additional ball fields, yes, that's something we absolutely need. If you come to one of our parks in Loganville, our West Walton Park, you'll see that it is very well overcrowded. So building the ball fields is a necessity that we have to have. The amphitheater is something that's really going to be and draw a lot of people to this area in Walton County, and the parking areas with spillover parking and the parking lots that we have for each of the components are all close enough to be used for the amphitheater. So we are going to be able to have those big events. EMC partnered with us. Couldn't have done this without EMC, who's coming and doing all of our site lighting. They were going to build their own separate facility, and they decided, hey, we'll just partner with you guys, and that way we can have our EMC annual meeting out here, which will be a great site for that as well. So if you have EMC Power and you come to that annual event that they used to have out at Criswell Park, that place, they just outgrew it. So this place right here will be perfect for their annual meeting that they have, and it's somewhat in the center of the county, so it's a better location for them as well. So we're looking forward to that. The community center, where you'll have the exercise programs, something that everyone likes to do. The quality of life that this is going to add to the county is unmeasurable. So we're looking forward to that. Again, it's going to take a little time to build this particular phase, and then hopefully in future SPLOST we'll be able to go back in and put some of those components that we had to remove, out of necessity, like the skate park, the splash pad, eventually soccer fields, a larger dog park that we could have. So all that stuff will be added in the future. It's just as funds become available. So right now we picked out some of the things that we thought would impact the community the most. And again, in the future we look to provide all of those things in this area. So we appreciate you coming in, Jeff, and talking a little bit about the program and the park that we're going to have. The Grove will be here. Look forward to it. Probably in between 350 and 400 days from now, we'll have this facility available to the public, and we look forward to it. We'll be giving updates throughout the process and let you know where we're at. So remember, come out to our facilities. Our baseball and softball programs are still going strong. Our soccer program's still going. We'll play till basically the end of May. Our splash pad will open up here around May 14th. So if you're looking toward the splash pad, we'll open up in our non-peak hours, which is after school. And then once school lets out, we go to our regular hours, which is Tuesday through Sunday. So we look forward to seeing you there. If you want to do a private rental, I would call now. Call one of our community centers. We've added some slots for that because it's so popular, people to have their birthday parties and things like that out at the splash pad. So I would give our community centers a call if you want to put that in on the book. So until next time, thank you very much.
Well, we're here for the ribbon cutting for our new pavilion.
This is representatives of Loganville. We just want to congratulate Monroe on developing a fine park, and I hope the citizens enjoy it for many years to come. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Bring me a margarita.
Downtown Green, this is 6 years in the making, and we could not be more excited to host you today. This is one of these things that I very rarely actually read speeches, because usually I'll wing it, but I don't want to miss anybody. I do want to mention that the day we signed this contract was in April of 2018. That was 6 years ago. That was shortly before my friend Wayne Adcock passed away. I hope his wife is here tonight, because he would have loved to see this come to fruition. I'm going to recognize Council and Logan and Chris and all the folks who make it happen in just a moment. But first, I saw Sam Serio. Sam, can you raise your hand wherever you might be? Sam is right back middle. He's with Keckenwood. They were our engineers on the project. He and Aaron Humphrey and Carl Trevathian, just a fantastic team. They do a lot of work for us, and we're very appreciative. Laura Richter with TSW did the design work, and she is fantastic. Astra Group was our general contractor with Sean Springstone, Matt Lawson, and Nathaniel Owens. Clearly, they did an outstanding job. We do like to keep as much business local as we possibly can. I don't think I've seen Jason and Julie Sams drive up on their golf cart, but if I have, Julie Sams is on council. Where's Jason? Jason is right back here in the hat with a beer at his mouth. LMI Systems did the security and sound. So since you can hear my voice, thank him or chastise him. We do want to say how much we appreciate the Walton County Health Foundation with their substantial donation. Our city council, seated at the time that we signed the contract, was Lee Malcolm, Myosha Crawford, Greg Thompson. No, I'm sorry, Greg. This was Greg's dream 12 years ago, so we appreciate your being here. I'll come back to you in a minute. Larry Bradley, who's right in front. Nathan Little, who I've not seen today. Normie Garrett. And of course, Wayne Adcock and Ross Bradley, who is one of our top-notch officers at the moment. Throw in Tyler Gregory, Adrian Brown, Greg Thompson, and Julie Sams as our newest council members, and we're excited to kick this off together. Our DDA, Lisa Reynolds Anderson. There's not a better person, a better representative of our downtown than Lisa, along with Meredith Malcolm. The two of them have worked tirelessly in building our downtown for the last several years. Andrea Gray, Whit Holder, I saw Whit here. If you'll take a look at the mill on Broad Street, that is Whit's handiwork, along with Gable and their father. Brittany Palazzo, I saw Brittany here. Brittany, raise your hand. Right over here to my right, that would be your left. Chris Collin and Clayton Mathias, our newest member of the DDA. Clayton, where are you? Okay, everybody clap. Now the day that we purchased this property, you will remember this was a dilapidated storage yard. The building, through this building, the building that you see the top of, was an old fertilizer plant owned by Harry Arnold's group. And they had released that to a bank to be sold to some investors beforehand, and then the bank just sat on it after the downturn. We got it out of their hands. We immediately sold that building to Chris Collin, JT Anderson, Doug Root, and Jeremy Bauer, and they have done amazing things with it. That's now the co-work at the Metro, the Southern Ox axe throwing. They also have Doug Root's wood refinish business in there, and it's beautiful. So if you need some wood, step right behind us after the bands tonight. Our department heads, Rodney Middlebrooks is just brilliant at what he does. He's been water, sewer, and gas forever, and he's taken on the electric department as well. Mike McGuire is with Telecom, so he's the one delivering fiber to all of your homes. Jeremiah Still does our streets and transportation and stormwater. Chris Croy does central services, and Chris Croy, along with Chris Bailey, have really put the touch on this property. And I'll come back to Chris in just a moment. Pat Kelly is our code officer. Beth Thompson is our finance director, and Sandy Daniels is our newest Main Street and events coordinator. Y'all, this lady's brilliant. You're going to see events that have been awesome for the last several years that appear that they've just gone on steroids. So the car show was the first. She'd been here all of a week working with Chris Bailey and the whole team to put together such an awesome event. We had about 24,000 people out that day when the system crashed, so we're really estimating about 30,000. Sadie Krosick, everybody knows Sadie. She was outstanding. She's now working with GMA. I think she was the brains behind the whole operation. I can't say that I'm going to claim that. Everybody knows the best city administrator in the state. It's Logan Probst. We are very, very fortunate in the city of Monroe to have an equally brilliant assistant city administrator, Chris Bailey. The two of them are truly a dynamic duo and make things happen day in, day out. And the really cool thing, when you're a city council or mayor, we get to be the cheerleaders, and we're the faces, but those guys really do all the work. The team from Danny Smith with Solid Waste, R.V. Watts is our police chief, Andrew Dykes is our fire chief. Can't think of a better team. And at the moment, with this super city council, a lot of folks are steering the ship in the same direction. Moving to staff maintenance, we have Dwayne Day, Keith Hester, and Mark Harrison. In our Parks Committee, the dream when we took over City Council 6 years ago, we totally redid Pilot Park, we totally redid Childers Park, we totally redid Matthews Park, so a lot of investment in those properties. And then this one is the crown jewel that's coming today. Then we move next to the redevelopment of Hammond Park, and our River Park will be hopefully within the next couple of years. So thank you, Chris Schmidt, Dion Gray, and James Binion. I see Chris. Do I see Dion or James? Dion wanted his picture taken, so if he shows up, Walton Tribune, you make sure you find him. Public Works and Events, Jamie Peters and Company. The Monroe Market, Audrey Fuller is back with us. And if you show up any given Saturday, you see the best of the best. It is Monroe Americana at its finest. She does a great job. Last thing, and then we will do the ribbon cutting. Town Green Concert Series this year, Michelle Buckles Thrasher. There's nobody in town that knows music as well as David Dickinson. And David Dickinson only is inferior in his talent selection to Michelle Buckles Thrasher. Michelle puts together a concert series, and she's brilliant. Concerts will be May 3rd, June 7th, August 2nd, and September 6th. And now, can we cut the ribbon? Where's the ribbon? On the count of three, you start. 1, 2, 3. All right, now, most of you don't know this, but do you remember the band called Up With People from the 70s? Greg Thompson was a member of Up With People, and he has brought his trumpet. I forgot it. Travel to listen, those are some great folks. It was an awesome experience for Greg. Would anyone like to say anything? Anybody want to sing? We're so glad that you're here. The bands will start in just a few minutes. David Dickinson.
All right, so thank y'all for coming out tonight. We're going to start the bands. We've got 5 bands that are playing tonight. The first one's going to kick off about 4:45. That's the Jesse Bennett Band. We'll be saying a little bit more about each of these bands as they come on. But the way this is going to work, the band comes on, they get an hour time slot. It'll take a few minutes to transition between bands, but we're talking 4:45 is Jesse Bennett Band, 5:45 is Eddie King and Reboot, 6:45 is the Higher Entertainment Band with the great Kim Ivey. Yeah, 7:45 we have Marion Jones and the Restless, and then at 8:45 we're going to close out with Funky Bluester. So if you plan to be here right now, call your friends, tell all of them to get on out here. It's a little warm, but it's going to cool off. We got good food, good beverages, going to have a good time for everybody. Thank you.
All right, the good thing about Jesse coming out in about 15 to 20 minutes, that gives you time to hit the food trucks. I see Wine Wagon here. I see Kona Ice. I don't have my glasses on, and there are 2 or 3 other trucks. So if you would please hit them up quickly. Dion just showed up. He's right here in front. Everybody give Dion a hand. And then one last thing before we all step down. Again, Jesse's coming out in 15 minutes. Today's his birthday. So he's the guy with the red afro that I'm mighty, mighty jealous of all that hair. It's going to be a great night. So hit the food trucks. We'll see you here in just a few minutes. Thanks.
Then they had with a few other ladies 18 years ago. And I couldn't imagine that it would turn into this. And I promise you, the first concert, 10 people showed up. And I sit there and went, oh, this is a disaster. And then the next concert, 120 showed up. And now here we are. So I'm very proud. This night has been a long time coming. This venue has been a long time coming. The Downtown Development Authority, the City Council that backs me, and sometimes my crazy ideas and bands and tastes that I have. I just want to thank every one of the members for everything you've ever done for me. So I hope tonight that y'all can see the local talent that we are bringing to downtown Monroe. And I want to welcome David Dickinson to the microphone in David's 105 listening room. He's going to tell you all about the first band, and y'all get ready to party.
All right, thank you, Michelle, and thank all of you for coming out this evening. I apologize for it being a little warm, but that's better than rain. So, every band that's going to play up here tonight is a local band from Monroe and the surrounding area. And so we got 5 bands. They're going to play for 45 minutes each. We're going to start here in a couple of minutes, and we'll go until 9:30 tonight. So, call your friends, tell them to get on out here, not be bothered by the heat. It is going to cool down in a little bit. So, the first band we've got tonight is the Jesse Bennett Band. And so this is a 3-piece band. It is a blues rock band. I'm going to let them introduce themselves fully in a few minutes, but I want to say a couple things about them. Blade is the bass player. Isaiah is the drummer. Jesse is the guitar player. So, today is Jesse's 19th birthday. So, y'all be sure and yell happy birthday to him. And these guys are going to be the youngest band that plays tonight. They're excellent musicians, but I want to say something about young Jesse. This kid, I'm telling you, he is on his way to big things. He is an absolutely phenomenal guitar player. So y'all are in for a real treat. So without further ado, the Jesse Bennett Band.
What?
Rock no more. Rock me, baby. Rock me all night long. Want you to rock me. When the day ain't got no more.
As you can see, the people are beginning to show up here. It's just 5:30, so I'm sure about 7 or 8 o'clock tonight it's really going to be rocking. This is Paul Mullins with Walton Entertainment.
Let's get it started.
Go on up there. You're up front.
To begin with, I'm David Thompson. I'm chairman of the Walton County Board of Commissioners, and I want to thank everyone for coming here today. This has been in the works for some time, and there's been a lot of back and forth and cooperation from so many different people, and I want to start off by recognizing those involved in this. For the design of the park is Loose Design. Reeves Young won the bid to do the actual construction. Jeff Prime with Ascension Management is going to look after Reeves Young and try to keep them in our budget, I hope. Walton EMC came forward and really helped us get this into budget. Daryl McWaters,
Yes, sir.
donated land. I can't say enough for that, Daryl. This is phenomenal. The Walton County Board of Commissioners, if they didn't get behind this and approve to do this, this would not be happening. Walton County Parks and Rec. Y'all don't realize this, it's not just Parks and Rec. It's Walton County Fire, Walton County Sheriff, Walton County EMS, Walton County Water and Sewer, and Walton County Roads and Bridges all have a hand in this. When you do a public facility like this, you got to plan for worst case scenarios. You got to have your emergency management in place. You're going to have large gatherings of our citizens trying to enjoy, and we want to ensure the safety. So it takes coordination from all these groups to bring this forward. City of Walnut Grove, I want to recognize them. This is in their town, and I think it'll be a huge asset. Georgia GDOT. We're going to have one of the nicest traffic lights down here, synced with the fire department. That will help everything. And Splosh. Let me tell you how this has come about. Yeah, we got the land free, and we bought an additional 90-something acres next to it to make it a feasible long-term project. But Splosh is money, 1% sales tax that we've had since the 1980s, I think. And it renews every 6 years, and it goes to projects like this and other projects. There's 10 million of existing Splosh funds going into this project. Well, we couldn't do this project for $10 million. Today, this is a $42 million project. And rather than wait 25 more years for us to accumulate enough, and then the 42 million would be 80 million. The board followed my recommendation, and we bonded through the Walton County Public Facilities Authority, and we have members of that here too today. Anita Peters, I'm sorry, I recognize you. We went ahead and bonded this project with the plans to pay for it future splosh. And if you don't approve the splosh, I'm just here to tell you, that's your choice. But your property taxes, we got to pay this money back. And it's going to be a wonderful asset to Walton County. And I've got to tell one more little story. I used to be a farmer. Darrell, when he bought this land, he wanted to do a corn maze. We were produce farming in Campton, and he said, David, could you plant corn out here? I said, Darrell, I got a 2-row no-till planter. I said, yeah, but Campton's a long way from here. I drove a 2-row planter, pull tight, 2.5 hours over here. It took 2.5 days, and I planted the first corn maze here for Darrell. And we even had to get a water meter from the water department to fill up my sprayers, because from a fire hydrant, to apply the chemical and stuff so the corn patch would be clean. And it turned out real good, Darrell. And so I've got a little history with this site too. And with that being said, we have some other people. I want to just really thank everyone for coming today and supporting this project. And our county manager here is John Ward. He's next on the agenda, and I'll let John come forward and make whatever statement he wants. And we have some commissioners here that get to come up and make their statement. Go ahead.
Thank you all for being here. It's one project after another that you work on, but quality of life projects are those that really touch the community. Partnership with the local city and throughout all of the county departments is essential to make it work. It seemed at times unsurmountable, but we all pulled together. We figured out a way, working with our contractor, and here we are today. So from cornfield and corn maze to a destination park that we can all enjoy, I think it'll be a wonderful project that will really impact lives moving well into the future. Anytime we do a project like this that involves a park that keeps kids active and keeps kids scheduled, we reduce costs in other places, and we're able to divert problems with crime and public safety and refocus into those quality of life issues that really do make a difference. The one other thing I wanted to touch on is that there's been quite a bit of discussion with the election coming up about growth and plans and management and smart growth, and this is an example of that. For those that don't think that it's been going on, this park is on the site of a potential subdivision. Taps had already been purchased, and the chairman and the commission had the foresight to add to the donation to secure the entire area. And in doing that, we will have what would have been planned residential turned into protected green space right here in the heart of the county. This isn't the only one. The 63 to 65 acres that were purchased adjacent to Criswell Park would have made another wonderful residential area, but that one was also protected and added to the green space of the county to work on finding that balance between conservation, green space protection, and quality growth. So this is just an example of that. But other than that, thank you for being here today. Look forward to the day that we're cutting the ribbon and everybody out here celebrating and seeing all the wonderful features that this park will bring.
No ribbon. Groundbreaking.
Groundbreaking.
Thank you, John. We have some commissioners here. Do any of our commissioners want to come up and make a statement? Tim Shelnut, Mark Banks. Who else? Anybody else show up? This is Tim's district.
Thank you all for coming, and this is my district. I'm very proud for this park to be coming here. And again, I'd like to thank Daryl and his whole family for this donation. Without him, we wouldn't have it. And thank for the city for working with us to be able to help us do it. Thank you very much.
Commissioner Banks.
It's good to be out to something that we can all celebrate. We're in the process right now of building a jail that I'm proud that we're building it, very much needed. It took 10 years to get the jail going. We've been working on this about 4. So I'd advise you, if you have a problem and need emergency help, don't call the Board of Commissioners. It's very exciting to see something that citizens of Walnut Grove and Walton County can enjoy for years to come.
Thank you, Commissioner Banks. Ms. Erica Miles for the City of Walnut Grove. Mayor Pro Tem.
Thank you, Mr. Thompson. Hello, for those of you who don't know me, I'm Erica Miles, Mayor Pro Tem for Walnut Grove. I'm also a council member. I'm not as well versed as these gentlemen that have spoke before me, so I'm going to read what I wrote, if that's okay.
That's fine.
Mayor Moncrief is disappointed to be out of town for a work engagement, so she did ask me to say a few words on her behalf. On behalf of the citizens of Walnut Grove, thank you, Chairman Thompson. Thank you to the Board of Commissioners, and thank you to Daryl McWaters for the donation of this property. Walton Park is not only going to help our citizens in Walnut Grove, but it's going to be amazing for the citizens in the county. All of our parks right now are busting at the seams. If you ever go to a ball game, you'll notice that there's a real need for parks in our county. We recognize the collaboration it takes to grow and enhance a community, and we're thankful for everyone that's been involved in bringing the vision of Walton Park to life, especially to the citizens and the visitors that frequent our county. This is a great example of SPLOST funds working on our behalf. Our community is buzzing and excited for the new addition of Walton Park, and there's no doubt that the community center ball fields, playground, amphitheater, pickleball courts, and trails will be put to use and will be a wonderful place to make memories for all of our citizens. This is a much needed park in our community. The city of Walnut Grove is committed to slow, measured growth, and we're pleased to have Walton Park as one of our first stepping stones to growing our city. This will tie in perfectly to our new town center. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Jeff Prime, Ascension Program Management, is going to tell you some details about it.
Yes, sir. As John alluded, this is a destination park. I'm coming over here to the images so we can kind of walk you through it. When you get a chance, I want you to come by and look and learn more about the park itself. But by destination, what we mean is there are multiple elements to make this project up. It starts off with a state-of-the-art 5-field softball complex. The softball complex is also synthetic turf fields, which means they can basically be used year-round. It keeps the maintenance down and provides a safe surface for the children and young people to play on as they move forward. Some of the unique things about that you'll notice is in the center of the actual softball complex is a playground and shade structures. One of the things that young families struggle with is their children have different schedules, different age groups. So now I can actually have somebody playing on the fields, and I can have some other one playing on the playgrounds, or I can be sitting in the shade watching all of that going at the same time. It will have its own dedicated concession facility as well. The next big element on this site is the amphitheater. The amphitheater is located just behind us, and it will be able to house up to 4,000 participants at any given time. It will have a state-of-the-art sound stage with green room and support facilities for the acts that will be behind it. It will also have a dedicated pavilion that will be able to hold up to 200 people seated at tables with its own catering kitchen and restroom facilities. So the intent is you can have it used for community events, you can have musical events, you can have food trucks. Jody can also have other kinds of activities that are park related as well on the site. So multi-purpose is what we were going forward. And then we also will have a community center. The community center will have indoor fitness and cardio facilities. It will have classrooms, activity spaces, game rooms, and it will also be where the park administration and offices will be. It'll be located up at the front. The image that we don't have up here is the dedicated playground. The dedicated playground will have a playground with a fall surface. It will be ADA accessible. It will have 2 pavilions and its own specific restroom facility. It'll be fenced and gated so that you can make sure that your children are being safe and in a good environment. And then around the entire facility will be a walking trail. So truly the facility, as John said, is a destination. It's a destination for all different types of events, tournaments, community events, but then also just by community uses and individual uses as well.
Any questions before I let Jeff go on the layout? Well, we're going to do the groundbreaking, and I would like to ask the Mayor Pro Tem and Darryl McWaters join me on the center shovel, and those involved in this with Reeves Young, Parks and Rec, the commissioners that are here, and we'll see how many shovels we got. We'd like a full front row. So if we step forward, we'll do the traditional groundbreaking, and then Jody Johnson will make some closing remarks, and we're going to have refreshments. So it's not getting any cooler, so let's fill up the shovels and get this show on the road. Well, I can't handle this government shovel by myself. It's 3. You know, this is a government shovel. You know, it takes 3 government workers to do one regular worker's job. I'm kidding. I hope my Parks and Rec don't hold me on that statement. 1, 2, 3. We are officially open.
Y'all got one more shovel full in you? Did you get a picture? Oh, she got a picture. You're okay. Yeah, you're okay.
Hey, I'm Isaac over at Reboot. Just wanted to give you a little tech tip today. I wanted to talk about cybersecurity and hacking and stuff like that, data loss, just all that stuff that people are scared about. There's not too much to really be scared about. Typically, your general person is not going to get hacked. Usually the way it works is, some government entity will be hacked or some large company will be hacked. Somebody that may have your information. And that can be a problem, obviously. If some company gets hacked that has your social security number or credit card numbers or something like that, that can be a problem. But generally, your regular person, your regular business, even medium-sized businesses, typically are not the ones that are going to get hacked. Government places will get hacked, large-scale businesses will get hacked, stuff like that. And I tell people, look, if you're on the internet, somebody can get to you. You can be hacked. That's just how it is today. If a hacker wants to spend enough time messing with you, eventually they're going to get in. That's the bottom line. So anybody, that's selling you, cybersecurity and will tell you up front, hey, you'll never get hacked and all that stuff, that's a lie. The smartest thing to do, if you own a company or if you have data, that you want to make sure nobody can get to or whatever, is you need to have some backups. The smartest thing is get you like an external drive that you can back up, that's on your computer. and unplug that thing every day. You know, just plug it in when you do your backup and then unplug it when it's done. That's a smart thing. Have you some sort of cloud backup, you know, like Carbonite or iBackup, or, you know, there's 100 of them out there, or 1,000 of them out there. That's another smart thing to do. So if you do get hacked by some chance, you know, you'll have that data also. Because companies, I mean, we hear about it all the time. Cybersecurity companies get hacked. I mean, it's not a matter of if it's going to happen or not. It's if a hacker finds interest in you, they're going to get in. And that's really the bottom line. So it's always smart to have your data safe. One other thing too that I'll touch on that, you know, these companies, they'll sell like ID insurance. Like I use one called ID Shield. Again, there's 100 of them out there. I like that because your identity can be stolen easily these days because of some hacker or something like that. Credit card info, social security number, filing false tax returns under your identity, stuff like that. So I highly recommend doing one of those. You know, again, I use one called ID Shield. It's like 20 bucks a month or 40 bucks a month for my whole family. We had one of my kids had a false tax return filed on them, I think in California one time, and it's kind of why I got started on it. But if anything happens now with my identity or any of my kids' identity, they take care of it. Like I don't have to worry about it. They pay for stuff, all that, you know, for like 40 bucks a month. So if you want to keep yourself safe, I think that's a good way to do it. And then always back up your data and be smart about what you do online, where you go online. If you're doing online banking, make sure you have complicated passwords. Make sure you change those passwords. You know, just be smart about your stuff. Don't get on public Wi-Fi is another big one. That's it for today. Isaac giving you the Reboot Tech Tip.
I felt accomplished after I got my diploma. Made me feel that I could take on whatever challenges life throws at you.
Find free adult education classes near you at finishyourdiploma.org.
I don't remember how it started.
Go to that.
Our back and forth. It always came back. Dad! You probably don't remember what you told me,
That was perfect.
but I heard every word.
Extinction is forever. To save America's most iconic and imperiled species from extinction, we must fight for their future. Fight to save the natural lands that wildlife call home. Fight to limit pollution. Fight for smart development. Fight for their future. And fight for ours. For so goes nature, so goes us.